So why do people tear down crosses if the Bible isn't true or a threat? Also, why fight to remove Christian symbols across the country if people weren't threatened or uncomfortable by them? Well, in California, intolerant leftists finally tore down a 28-foot tall cross that stood in a small town for more than 50 years. Now, they attack, cancel, censor, and suppress because they hate us, all because they hate what the cross of Jesus Christ represents. Details coming up. I'm David Fiorazo, and this is Christ and Culture. Another legal battle is underway, this time in Albany Hill, California, just outside of San Francisco, over a cross and religious freedom. Okay, so it is California, right? But bear with me. A very small group of Christians in an overwhelmingly anti-Christian city, in one of the top three Democrat strongholds in the nation, are fighting to put the cross back up after it was removed last month. So the cross has lived on a hill overlooking California's East Bay since 1970. The Lions Club was granted an easement a few years later, and the land was turned into a public park where the cross was built and put up. So the metal and plexiglass cross has been illuminated for Christmas and Easter. But in 2015, all of a sudden, a group called East Bay Atheists demanded it be taken down, claiming the display was against the Constitution. 2 years later, 2017, Mayor at the time, Peggy McQuaid, Albany's liberal mayor, criticized the Lions Club and declared this, quote, "I want to reiterate that neither the City Council nor the City of Albany endorses in any way the lighting of the cross for any occasion, religious or nationalistic, or supports its continued presence on public property," end quote. Well, the next year, 2018, an activist judge ruled that the cross violated the Establishment Clause, and the city was forced to either sell to a private party the small plot of ground where the cross rested, or acquire the easement through eminent domain. Well, just last year, the City Council voted and passed a resolution to acquire the small plot of land and deny the Lions Club, who offered to purchase it. The cross was quietly removed and taken off the property June 8th, 2022. The new mayor of Albany, Aaron Tideman, implied the cross and what it stands for is against the values of the people there. Listen to this. He said, quote, "The city has actually put its money where its mouth is. And our city looks a little bit more accepting now in a way that we think is consistent with our values. For the small local group of people that really want to see the cross stay, well, you've had such privilege for so long. Losing it feels like being oppressed. That's going to be an adjustment for folks, but I think we will all get used to it, and I think it's a real benefit," end quote. There's a lot to unpack there, but the California town is accepting by rejecting the faith of a majority of Americans. That's right, though, this is near San Francisco. We have to remember that. Also, did he play the privilege card? White, Christian, American, heterosexual privilege? Got it. Also, notice this, what he said. He predicted people will just get used to the cross being gone. Now, I agree with him in part here because this is sadly true in our history when we consider the removal of the Bible, God, prayer, and even the Ten Commandments from government schools and public property, as well as in the public square. Lions Club President Kevin Pope recognized the fact the liberal leaders want to eradicate any remembrance of the Christian faith from the public square. And the same thing has happened across the country in recent decades, as we know, as hatred of the Bible, God, and Christians, his followers, has become common. Commenting on the removal of the cross, here's what Pope said. Not the Pope, but Mr. Pope. "The City Council seems to hate what it represents, and rather than take an amount of money for the land and sell it to the Lions Club, they've decided to spend what we think is probably close to $1 million to resolve this issue." instead of doing the easy thing. That's how much they hate it. Well, he believes a lot of people supported the cross in question, and the Lions Club is appealing the decision. Now, Mr. Pope argued that a lot of people would go up there and pray and have church services. Now, to some, it was sacred ground, and the bullies exposed their intolerance toward Christian values. It's as if they want to cancel Christianity. Someone should write a book about that. 1 Corinthians 1:18 says this, "For the message of the cross is foolishness to those who are perishing, but to us who are being saved, it is the power of God." Now, the bench trial began last Tuesday and will determine whether the city must give the cross back to the group or if the Lions Club will receive a settlement from the city for its removal. Well, this is just another example, friends, of how much ground the left has taken. God bless you, and keep speaking the truth about things that matter.